I'm really pleased to introduce Anna, who has been in business for the last 5 years as a photographer, particularly a newborn photographer. Where's your studio? How do you control the environment?
So I used to be at home, but we are now renovating, so that's just not practical anymore. And I've now got a space behind the Blue Dragon Cafe in Kilmore. Basically, with newborn photography, it has to be fairly warm to keep the babies comfortable and asleep, usually around 28 degrees, and I just used heaters. When I had my first daughter, I was
Tessa?
a stay-at-home mum, Tessa, who's here with us. I used to do horticulture actually outside, and it just wasn't practical anymore. I needed to find something that I could do around my children and work from home. So I did my diploma and basically started my business from there.
It's a common thread for mothers. We tend to go after the business that is the most interesting for us, and our children tend to lead us in that direction.
Yeah, it's finding something that you can do around your kids. That's the thing.
Because they come first.
They do, 100%.
And obviously you would have practiced a lot on your kids.
Yes, love my children, photographing them. Don't think they like it very much anymore though. I get all the frowns and, oh, mum, no more.
And when you renovate, will you be putting your studio back into the house?
We will be building a studio at home, not in the house, next to the house, yeah.
And you're building it next to the house so that you can keep things professional.
Yeah, need to be able to have the clients come somewhere that they can be comfortable.
Where you're not cooking.
Yeah, and I don't have to clean the house before they come.
Yes.
It just amazes me that the photographs you guys take are absolutely spot on. I'm just pointing a camera at someone and clicking, and they come out pretty average. What's the difference?
So you can just shoot with the camera on auto. They do come out quite good. You can get some really great images out of them. Us professionals, we don't shoot on auto, we shoot on manual. So we change all our different apertures and stops and things. Also lighting makes a big difference. Then once we've done that, we go into Photoshop or Lightroom. People use different things. Once we're in our editing software, that's where we get creative. That's how it can change a photo basically.
What's your opinion on phone cameras?
At weddings, it's horrible because I do weddings as well, especially when you're trying to get that awesome photo down the aisle of the bride and groom and you've got grandma, auntie, all standing out in the aisle with the phone going. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Makes it very hard for us.
Well, they wouldn't be looking at you, would they, Anna? They're looking at Nana.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, phones, they're really good. They're good for people just to use. I use them all the time with my kids as well. My camera's quite big and carrying that around if I go places it can get heavy. I don't bother take it all the time.
And it's also expensive. You don't want to get dust and dirt.
Yeah,
and
cameras cost a lot and they have to be maintained. And it's not just one lens. I have multiple lenses that I use. We have straps on our cameras,
Yep.
so if I'm ever standing over baby, always around my neck.
Yep.
Never ever have it off. Then obviously whenever I'm photographing baby in front of, it doesn't really matter because the camera's not near the baby. But then mum or dad's usually next to baby in case baby goes to fall off or something like that.
Yeah. And do you use one of those clicker things?
No, I don't. My camera's separate. Like I have flashlights because where I am I don't have windows. I used to do natural light so
Yes.
with windows, but I can't do that where my studio is. So I have triggers on my camera to my flashes, so they're all wireless.
Yeah, there's a lot involved, and hats off to you too, because the actual process of learning all those apertures and shutter speeds and all that stuff.
It's like driving a car. With your camera, when you're going, you don't even know you're doing it. It's just automatic. It's just remembering it all.
But it's not easy to learn. You've got to be able to take all that information in and apply it to different scenarios where it's sunset and things like that.
Yep. Changing all your white balance so you don't have images that come out too warm or too blue, depending on where you are.
So that's why you get a professional photographer.
There actually is a lot involved. And like I said, when it comes to babies, with the safety side of it, it's just so important. You have to be very careful. And I have so many insurances and checks and registrations, and I'm a member of the Australian Institute of Professional Photography. And I have to do so many workshops and upskill all the time with them to keep everything refreshed so that I'm on top of the game as well. It's just so important. And what people don't realise, a lot of photos that we do, when you see a baby in a prop, the baby might not actually be in that prop because it could be too dangerous. So in Photoshop, we put them in the prop. So we take a photo of it somewhere else and we composite it in. That's how we do it.
So would I be correct in saying one of your influences might be Anne Geddes?
She was the very first one. Yeah, she started the whole lot. I do follow her. Yeah, I think she's amazing.
It's always good to have somebody to model your business after.
Mine's Kelly Brown, newborn photographer in Brisbane, actually. She's amazing. I love her work and I follow her all the time. Everyone has their own mentor and way that they do it.
We've got a Facebook post earlier today. A lady shared a lot of photos of newborns doing what newborns do without much notice. Just in the middle of getting a photograph taken.
Yes.
So what's happened to you, Anna?
Oh, it happens every session. You get weed on and pooped on and chucked on. It's just part of the job.
And this person on Facebook has captured the faces of the people. They're devastated.
And it's hilarious. They're always apologising. I'm like, don't worry about it. It's all natural.
Julian was showing us some pictures that he's taken, and he's got some beautiful dogs. And Anna, you did some photography on the weekend of your animals.
I took a couple of my new puppy and our other border collie. Yep.
How did you get them to stay still?
It's a lot easier with children. They were very good though. They were very good.
Did you get them looking at the camera?
Yes, yep. That's the one good thing about digital. You can take lots of images at once so that you know you're going to get one of them looking at you.
Yeah. And how do you store your photos, Anna?
I have external hard drives, 4 or 5 of them, because I keep people's images up to 12 months.
How do you get kids this age to concentrate and focus?
It's different because I'm not mum.
Oh, they listen to you.
They do. I've got different ways to talk to them. I ask them questions. What are you interested in? Boys, usually football. Great. Start talking about footy. Basically, once they're talking and they're relaxed, kids are great.
So it's that connection.
Yep. And I give every kid that comes in a little gift anyway, so they get their own little bag of drawing stickers and things like that.
Do you hold it back and say, after I've taken
Yeah, no, they don't get it until they've finished their session.
It's like the good old horse with the carrot thing.
Yeah, I used to do lollies, and then I'm like, no, I don't do lollies anymore, A, because of allergies and things, but I just think that, kids don't need that sort of thing anymore. They get enough.
So let's talk a little bit more about the type of props you use. I suppose it's up to your customers, but what is the thread these days?
Everybody's different. Every photographer, I suppose, has their own style. Mine's a lot more, I suppose, a vintagey, neutral, natural type of a style. I like using wood and baskets and creams and very pale pinks, those sorts of colours, pale blues. But yeah, I'd probably use anything really. If someone really wanted to have something in their photo, I wouldn't say no. Say they're a baseballer and they've got their baseball bat or something, I can incorporate that type of thing. I've had people with saddles, had the babies on the saddles, all those sorts of things really.
And I see by your website it's got those beautiful blue hues in it, so that's a favourite colour of yours.
Yes, blue is my favourite colour.
Great website. Who did it?
I actually did it. It's through portfolio sites. They're amazing if anyone ever needs a website.
So you've got to factor that into the cost of your photography business.
Yes. Oh, yes. And that pricing is a big thing that I get asked all the time. People go, how do you work your prices out and how come they cost that much and they cost that much? It's because the way we work our prices out, it's not like a set thing. We all have to have our own living expenses in there, plus our own business expenses, plus our product expenses, and we don't all use the same products. And then there's your time.
The 5 years of training that you've done?
Yeah, and all our insurances go in there. And that's how we sort of get it all together and work out a price for a package. That's how we get there. So that's why everyone's is different, because we all have different things to put in them. My packages all have product in them. My newborn sessions, it's up to 4 hours of photographing. They get 10 images on USB and they get a baby keepsake box. They get all their images printed in 5x7 and they have full use of everything, all props and everything that's there.
Great.
And that's mum and dad. Like I don't restrict who's allowed to be in the photos. Then I have one called Busy Baby, which is usually the 6 to 8 months sitting up and 1 year, and that includes video.
Oh, great.
Because you don't always capture those beautiful little moments just on photo. They do their baby little looks and their talks and everything. It's all on video. Yeah.
And the interaction with mum and dad.
Yep, I have mum in there, dad in there playing with them, their smiles, their giggles. It's really, really good the way they hold their feet and chew on their toes. I mean, they just grow so quickly. You lose all that. So I've added that video in as a new thing. I wish I'd actually done it with my children.
Do you ever get asked to hand it over in frames?
Oh, yeah. So in packages, I do a digital box which has the USB in it because I don't do CDs anymore. They drive me insane. And they get some prints in there as well. But they also can do framed prints or canvases, or I can get anything. Yep. I have great suppliers, beautiful, beautiful products. Yeah.
What do you do with your children while you're photographing someone else's children?
It was hard in the beginning. I used to have mum help me a lot, babysitting. Now Tessa's in school, the others are in daycare, and one of them's in kinder, so they're generally not there. This week we're on school holidays. I have quite a few sessions, but Tessa will help me.
That's great. Yeah. She's your little apprentice.
She is. She loves it too because she loves the babies and gets to see them.
Yeah. Do you think Tessa will become a photographer?
I have no idea. She is very caring. Maybe she will.
And personality-wise, you do need to be the kind of person that can make people feel relaxed.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's all about them in the long run. And that's the thing I find easy. You've just had a baby, you're all over the place. You're trying to learn how to look after this beautiful new little thing, and your emotions are running everywhere. You've got no sleep. I've been through that, so I know how they feel. So for me, making them comfortable, at ease, not having to worry about anything, knowing that their baby's safe, it's very important.
Are there actual safety rules?
I don't know if there's such as rules. There's definitely things that we follow, especially with things like there's the pose called the froggy pose, and it's where their feet come forward and they're resting their little hands on their chin. You don't just put the baby in that position and step back because it'll fall, the baby will fall over. There's ways you have to hold the baby. I do 4 photos to get that pose, basically, by holding different ways. So, yeah, there are rules in that way, how you actually take that photo. And I make my own rules, as in I never leave the baby by itself. If I'm standing over it, my camera's always around my neck.
So your hands free, you can
pretty much. The baby has always got someone there. I would never put a baby in a prop that could fall over. I'd always do a composite image straight away. Wouldn't even bother trying.
Now, when you get your studio at your house, I can imagine it would be so beautiful and warm and lit up, and you'll be going for that natural light.
I'll get my windows back,
yeah. You'll be able to have a separate entrance for your customers to come into your studio away from the toys and things like that. Well, we look forward to talking to you again when there's a grand opening.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.